Welcome back, everybody.
Ahoy. What's up?
Let's pick up where we left off. Thankfully, it's only been like 3 days, so I still remember what was happening.
Right. Like, it's a first for me, too.
We didn't have this problem when we streamed more often.
Right, yeah. Well, we get older. Times change.
Degenerative brain disease.
That part, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were just talking before we started streaming that, I started Quake last weekend. And it looks to me like, do you remember how the game kind of sets you up for what episode you're going to play?
Mm-hmm.
Where you're in that room and then you choose which one. And then you choose your difficulty first by walking through the corresponding portal.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go through the portal or warp pad or whatever for whatever chapter that you're going to play. And that's the whole original first game. It looks like that there's like 4 or maybe 5, I forget, other instances of that.
Like extra stuff that was added?
Yeah, so I guess like all of what I've experienced before is episode 1, I think. All those other little warp pads are like chapters to episode 1, I guess is what I'm dubbing it, or levels, I suppose. But each one of those has a set of levels for it, so it's like I don't know what words to use, but there's probably a lot more Quake to get through.
Interesting.
In this stuff, so I'm excited to see.
So what you're trying to say is that people should spend the $10 and buy it.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking like I've played this game almost my entire like gaming career. It's one of my favorite FPSs next to Doom.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. Like it's Quake. There was Hexen, obviously.
Yeah,
Doom.
I like Hexen too, and Heretic as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was like the handful of like Hexen-esque games, or maybe Hexen is like Heretic versus the other way around.
I think Heretic came first, but I forget.
I think you're right.
But regardless, like I've never spent money on the game Quake until yesterday, this last weekend, and like it seemed like I probably should, just because like I've enjoyed it so much over the years, and I've literally never paid for it. It's like I could give them $10.
You are an awful human.
Thanks, guys. You done good.
50 cents per year. Effectively.
Yup.
It's terrible. I don't know. Like now, I think I'll just pick it up too.
You should. It's really good. I mean, it's Quake. It's not any better than it ever has been. Really.
That's
like
if it's Quake. If they kept it as Quake, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Though, like I gotta say, I think I played somehow Quake 2 more than 1, or I just remember Quake 2 more.
I definitely did not. I beat it once or twice, but that was about it.
I do kind of want to play Duke Nukem though, well, not the OG, but Duke Nukem 3D.
Yeah. We forgot to mention that one too, because like that was another one that I played a whole lot. And that game has a lot of expansions too.
Mm-hmm.
You know that Civi 11, I think it is. It's Civi some number. A YouTube guy who originally showed me that the Platonia experiment exists. So showed you the video. He's the guy. Oh shit, where was I going with this? What game were we just talking about?
What?
Oh yeah, Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
He has a whole series of videos of all the different like expansions and unofficial stuff that came out for Duke Nukem. There's so much stuff. Bunch of weird nonsense for the most part, but it's
Weird
a lot.
nonsense.
Yeah, like Duke Nukem on a tropical beach, and it's all beach themed, and like, yeah.
Is it themed like with his voiceovers?
I think he actually like recorded new lines for some of it anyway,
Oh
and
my
like
god, that's kind of perfect.
beach vacation puns and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't know about you, but like at minimum 50% of the fun of that game was stuff Duke Nukem would say.
Sure.
Or like,
I'm looking good.
Yes. It's classic. It's so good.
Did you play the Duke Nukem Forever when it finally came out? You're not missing much.
I was gonna say it was just like womp womp.
Yeah, it was a long build up to a glitchy ass game.
Mm-hmm.
They should have kept it under development longer, because it's been,
wait, wasn't it in development for like over a decade?
Like 2 decades.
Yeah, so they probably just should have given up on it or handed it over to a different team.
Well, I think it got passed around quite enough, but the game that they had was a good idea.
The nail in the coffin that it just got. I don't know. It's like the village bicycle. You're just like it's ruined.
Duke Nukem's a slut.
No, but if you pass it along from like so many engineering teams and ideas change of what they wanted to do, you just end up with like a bag of shit.
Right. But I mean, I think that the game itself it could have been a good product if they had just tightened everything down a little bit, because it felt like kind of like a what do you call it, a cyberpunk situation a little bit, and it's not as bad. Cyberpunk was entirely unfinished.
That, yeah.
But Duke Nukem Forever seemed like it was mostly unfinished.
So
I mean, almost unfinished. Or it was closer to being done than Cyberpunk, but it still needed more work.
So maybe it's just like the news that I follow now, but I basically stopped getting anything meaningful from like CD Projekt or Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just like nobody cares about it anymore? They have whatever users they have. Like maybe it's back in the PlayStation Store, maybe it isn't.
Might be.
Is it basically a flop now?
Well, I don't know, because I mean, like, I still have hopes that it'll do like the No Man's Sky thing, where it'll take a little while. They'll do some major updates, and I think they already have. And then it'll be a good game again, or it'll be a good game for once.
For once.
And it'll be too late. Nobody will care anymore.
Right. And I kind of wonder if we're at that point now. Like, if that ship has sailed and, like, nobody cares about the game anymore.
Right. But I didn't see that it just went on sale on Steam, because I had it on my wish list. They emailed me about it. It's like $40.
Okay.
But
so it's not like a catastrophic sale, but
right. It's not like 90% off.
Yeah. I know Kang really wanted to get it. But
I think you should get it
for PS5, but you couldn't get it at that point. Short of like a physical copy. Because it was pulled.
I don't know if I would want to get it for the PS5. If I had a PS5, I probably would. But yeah, in fact, now, because like for the longest time, my computer has been better than anything else. So I was like, well, if I'm going to get it, I might as well get it on computer, because it's the better way of playing it. But
makes sense.
Yeah, if I had a PS5, it might be a little bit higher now, because aging. But
hey, what's up, Stream?
Fake Rygar cards.
Yes.
That would make them worth roughly like $1. I think that I do want to get Cyberpunk once I've heard that it's good now, because it still seems like a cool game.
Right. No,
it works.
back to that point, I don't know what state it's in now and what's working and what isn't working.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably, the fixes that they had like addressed a significant amount of like, I don't know, it's like the critical issues that you would immediately run into. There were some that like fundamentally broke the game, where you're like, you get to a point, something doesn't happen, and then like you're screwed. Like basically, you have to start a new game.
Right.
Like there was like, you don't get a certain phone call, or someone doesn't die, or something. There's like a handful of nonsense like that.
I'm sure. Yeah. Oh man, that game was just so unfinished. Beyond just randomly crashing and all that, but
I think they did finally address those aspects of it. So I think like you could actually play it now, and maybe on like not the latest gen systems and not high-end PCs, you have some like just bad performance, but like you could struggle through it.
Right.
But I know that there's a bunch of lawsuits that CG Projekt is facing.
I think imagine
something to the effect of like defrauding investors.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was the actual charge, but
was it crowdfunded at all? I'm not sure. I can't remember.
No, I don't think it was. That's why I was like I was curious if this was going to be like kind of an end game or end to CD Projekt, like something they can't recover from.
Well, maybe, but they have been around for a little while, and they hopefully have some.
Well, they have the Witcher series and something else, I think, which like I don't think this was a situation where it's like all your eggs in a basket.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I hope they still have some eggs left in the bank.
I think so. They broke a lot of them.
Yeah. And I mean, I haven't played the other Witcher games besides 3, but it is good. It's really good.
I like Witcher, yeah.
I heard that a lot of the monsters and like all the mythological stuff that you find in the forest, a lot of that is Polish, like in origin.
That's a good question. I mean, it is a Polish company, so maybe. But I mean, presumably they would source from anything and everything.
Sure.
But that's a good question. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah. Or maybe that's just some kind of question or connection that I made on my own because I heard that they were Polish, but I also felt like I heard something about like one of the main dudes that was working on the Witcher specifically was Polish as well.
Well, probably a lot of them are.
Yeah, like they included some stuff from mythology. I can't remember. It was so long ago, and it was way even before I ever played the game too. So I could just be talking out my ass.
It sounds kind of interesting. Like if anything, I guess I could see a lot of connections to like various Slavic mythos stuff.
Cool. I thought the I always thought the Leshen from that game was a cool idea for a monster.
Yeah. They definitely had good ideas. It's like somehow consistently they did a good job with Witcher, I feel.
Well, the other 2 games were good too.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think they must be raking in some money from whatever licensing deal they have with Netflix.
Right.
For the series.
Although I heard that it wasn't received very well.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I guess that was just going off of my roommate's opinion. He said it was kind of silly.
It's nothing insane, but it's like, yeah, I'd watch it. Like whenever the next season comes out.
I think you're a little bit more forgiving for stuff that you watch. Not to say that you're
100%.
easy. I think he's just a little bit snobbish sometimes.
I will literally watch anything. If there's a movie or show that's bad, like, my God, it has to be bad
for you to turn it off.
Yeah.
Like, cool.
I mean, it's one thing to say that I have low standards for shows. Like, I don't think it's that, though that probably does factor in. But dear God, if I don't like a show, it has to be absolute horseshit.
At least you do like you actually like stuff that is bad on purpose. Like,
well, like I know what I'm signing myself up for. 100%. Like B movies till the end of time. Like, I know what I'm signing up watching. I know what this is going to entail. And
American Ninja or whatever it is.
Oh, dude, that and Best of the Best. Oh my God.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, good Lord. So, Kang and I were talking about Best of the Best, and like one time I was down in LA at my sister's, we watched it. And my sister was like, this movie's ridiculous. And then I think we both knew that was like a Best of the Best too, but we've never seen it. So like we watched that. And then there's apparently also a 3 and a 4, and they just progressively get more ridiculous and worse.
They probably didn't have any of the same actors, did they? Just entirely new crew every time?
No, in the second one, they keep like 3 out of the 4 or 2 out of the 3, however many of them there are. In the third one, there's only 1, and then we didn't watch the 4th one.
Oh.
It's actually like it's actually hard to find. Like, I think they're that bad.
Oh my God.
I want to say for one of them I had to buy it on Amazon for like $2 because there was just no other option to watch it. Like, it just doesn't exist.
But you were able to stream it on Amazon?
Yeah.
Jesus, I've got everything.
Wait, let's go back and save.
Warp.
Oh, wait, not quite there. Yeah, but back to the movies. Absolutely. I love B movies. Like, you pretty much know what you're signing up for.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't disappoint. And then I also like, well, not B movies, like legitimate movies.
Yeah, you do. I mean, I was surprised that you were down with 2001: A Space Odyssey. Like, not many people are okay with that movie. And you're like, yeah, it's cool.
Well, yeah, for just like the first 15 minutes when the apes are killing themselves.
Oh, that's all you liked?
That's like the best part of the movie.
Oh. No,
I'm kidding.
It's one of the best parts for sure.
I mean, you basically just need to watch the first 10 minutes and then you're done.
First 10 minutes and then last half hour, and then you're good. But all of it is awesome. Shut up.
Okay, I'm just trolling.
Did I ever make you watch the 2010? Forget.
No.
Oh,
you made me watch
you would like
Moon,
that too.
Which I thought was weird.
Oh, yeah, Moon is good. I tried to show that to my roommates. They made me turn it off. They're like, we don't like this, and we turn it off. I'm like, fucking losers. Fine.
I'm trying to think. I definitely didn't. I wasn't like, I can't stand this. Like, I wish I didn't have eyes or ears. But it was definitely like an odd movie.
I do remember I was a little bit more hyped about it at the time when I showed it to you, because I was like, oh my God, I think this is like my next favorite space movie after 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not. Like, I haven't watched it much afterwards.
I think I only watched it that one time.
But I do like Sam Rockwell, and I like that it's directed by David Bowie, son of all people. I didn't even know he was a director.
I didn't even know he directed. Like, what else did he direct?
No idea. And the story was cool and weird, but then I don't know. The coolness wore off, I suppose. I'll probably watch it again at some point in my life, but It's not something I need to put on every like once a year.
I'd watch it again. Like if you're like, hey, let's hang out. Like let's watch this. And all right.
Sure.
Not opposed
There's
to
probably other stuff we could watch. I'd sooner watch Contact with you again.
Oh, dude, I actually like Contacts.
There are so few people in the world that I know that love Contact or even can tolerate it that I will want to watch that if you can.
I mean, love is a stretch. Like, I'd watch it. I've actually watched it, like, on my own maybe within the last year, 2 years.
Nice.
There was, like, some ad. It was like, oh, Contact. I'm like, all right, I remember this. Let's watch it. Because
Circuitry is also a fellow Contact lover.
Mm. It's a bit of a stretch to like love that movie. I mean, it's not like God's gift to humanity. There's nothing special about it, but I also don't feel it's like
she's okay to go.
It kind of is. Oh God, what's happening to this guy?
I don't think there's anything disastrous about it. I think it's a great movie. It's not like one of the best movies ever made, but it's one of my favorite space movies.
I think it's kind of cool. You're like, hey, what are they building? Like, what's going to happen? What is this? Is it fake? And then, like, okay, like, you probably can't ruin a movie from the 90s, but...
Oh, you mean spoilers?
Yeah, no. The end part, like, where it's like, oh, it just falls through, you're like, womp. And then...
Yeah, and then
well, they obviously, like, shows her experience as they fall through it, and at the end, it's like, oh, but there was however many hours of static or something that was recorded.
Right, it goes into this really, like, profound question of faith and evidence and science.
It's kind of a meh ending, like a bit of a cop-out, I could see, but I mean, I think it's good.
I did not see it as that at all. I thought it was very deliberately what it was.
No. Okay, so that was a poor choice of words. Like, it is definitely very deliberate. Like, that is what they intended to do. It's not like they're like, we wrote ourselves into a corner.
Out over there.
I was losing her mind. But I think, like, from my perspective, so there's one thing about, like, movies and, like, books and stories in general, where I think it just has to do with, like, the way I think and, like, how my brain works.
Okay.
Where I like things that can be, like, calculated, quantitative stuff, answered, science.
Oh, so the answer in Contact is, I don't know.
So inherently I would be like, that's dumb. But it's not.
It's not a real answer.
It's not dumb. It's like, I know they did that on purpose, but that's sort of how I view things. The same with, like, let's say you take Walking Dead.
Okay.
The entire premise of that series, which has gone on for like a decade, was survive this apocalypse and, like, post-apocalypse.
Yeah, and see what happens to the people's, like, interactivity.
Exactly, yeah. Like, human interaction in these types of scenarios, which, I mean, that's great and fine, but I, like, from my perspective, I'm more interested about, like, the biological aspect of it. It's like, how does this work? Why do they turn into zombies?
And no one's caring enough to find any of that out.
That's not the point.
Yeah, okay.
That's not the point of the series, so they're not going to go down that route. But that's what I care about.
If it's gone on for 10 plus years, they should go down that route at one point, but that's, I guess, whatever. But I think that, I mean, you've explained your position on why you don't really like the ending Contact all that well.
Oh, no. So that's not correct. It's not that I didn't like it.
It bothers your brain in a specific way.
I'm just like, eh. Like, I would want some, like, meat and potatoes to it.
Right. I think a lot of people kind of didn't like it for different reasons. I think they didn't like it because it was long and talky, and there's only like a little bit of cool stuff visually that happens. It's like 2.5 hours.
That's on par for, like, movies at that era.
2:15. But it was kind of akin to 2001: A Space Odyssey, where like it just not much happens the entire time. It's like a lot of talking.
Honestly, 2001 I felt it was like 3.5 hours.
Which I agree with Circuitry. The talking is awesome. I love the subject matter. They're all good actors talking about stuff I'm interested in. So no problems with me there, but other people. But what I'm getting at is I think that this was a story written by Carl Sagan, originally a book, and he wasn't really a novelist, he was a scientist. So, like, his style of telling a story is going to be kind of boring to most people. Even though it was adapted for Hollywood, it's still at its heart like a scientist, just like endlessly talking about science. So
maybe that's kind of why I liked it. I like science.
I think that's why most people didn't like it, because it was just too talky and out there.
But honestly, I feel like a lot of my favorite movies tend to be like, if I had to list, it's like, okay, name your favorite movies. There's definitely going to be like a good grouping of just pure action movies, but a lot of them are a bit talky.
Is Equilibrium talky? I don't remember. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Dude, Equilibrium is really good. It's definitely up there.
I know it's one of my
favorite movies. There is talkiness aspect to it. And I don't know, like mind fuckery.
Yeah, you like to get your brain warped or blown or whatever.
Blow my brain. What are they doing?
What was that movie that you? It was City of God, Children of God, something like that.
City of God. That's really good.
So yeah, that's a heavy movie.
That's easily one of my favorite movies.
Like, as far as I remember, no comedy in that movie. It's all just like hard times.
Well, it's basically kids that grew up on the streets of Rio, and like certain ones go one route, turn gangsters, murderers.
Yeah, and the other guy supposed to be like a reporter or something, a camera guy.
It's from his perspective where let's say he becomes like a journalist.
Journalist, that's what it was. But he had like a quest to buy himself a camera, right? Something like that.
It kind of tracks his journey over his childhood. So it starts up with him telling the story, and he's like, okay, this is how it started. So he's like one of those kids.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I only saw it now.
I want to watch this movie. Like I might actually watch it tonight after this.
Good, cool.
That's easily one of my favorite movies.
I only saw it the one time you were like, "Hey, we should watch this movie." You gotta watch it though, because it's all in subtitles. I'm like, all right, let's do it.
It's not English.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, unless you know Portuguese.
Yeah.
If you know Portuguese, then you can just listen.
Right. Well, I don't. It is fun to hear Portuguese though, because of like how our small knowledge of Spanish. It's a little bit of bleed over.
You almost feel like if I was a little bit smarter, I could understand it.
Right. If everyone was a little bit slower, I was a little bit smarter, and they were using more hand signals to indicate what they mean, I could probably exist there.
That's kind of like when one of my close friends, Raph, like he's Russian. So if he speaks Russian, I was like, I can almost understand you. I feel like I should understand what you're saying. He just sounds drunk.
Drunk Polish. That's great.
So every once he'll say something, it's like this word, and I was like, it sounds kind of like this, but if you like slurred your words and said it wrong, like, oh, there you go.
That's
and then it just gets on into like endless joking debate where it's like, you're saying it wrong. No, you're saying it wrong.
That's funny. I mean, it's just as probably. I mean, it's two different languages entirely, but like the dialect between our different Englishes can be pretty intense too.
Mm-hmm.
Like where you could almost have that same kind of fun with somebody.
I meant to look this up. There's this VP of engineering at HBO that I work with or talk to sometimes. Ewan, like Ewan McGregor. So
okay,
I think you can imagine where he's from.
Oh yeah, he's a New Zealander, isn't he?
He's like 100% Scottish.
Oh, Scottish. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
And what was his?
Probably be offended.
What did he say? Because we were talking about the difference between something like code related, and I was like, yeah, it's like night and day. And his way of saying it was like chalk and cheese. I meant to look that up if that's a thing, and I was like,
chalk, like chalkboard chalk.
That's how I took it.
Okay.
But I was like, yeah, chalk and cheese.
Yikes.
Glad you reminded me. I meant to like Google that. It's like, is that a saying?
I guess I'll Google it.
Yeah.
Chalk. He spelled it like chalk?
Well, he didn't spell it. He said it. We were talking on the phone.
I typed in chalk and cheese and there's a meaning for it already.
Oh, God. It's probably like widely known.
All it is an explanation of what it means, and it's the same as apples and oranges. You know, they have nothing in common.
Oh, okay.
Chalk and cheese.
So he's like, yeah, chalk and cheese.
Where did it come from? Oh, okay. This phrase originated in the 13th century in the United Kingdom, where there was a shopkeeper who often adulterated his goods to make some profit. Oh! So he used cheese for chalk. Or chalk, he swapped chalk for cheese.
Alright.
Some people would buy chalk thinking it was cheese, and yeah.
Fascinating. Well, yeah, so that was the experience with that today. I was like, chalk and cheese.
I learned a thing.
I was actually questioning if this fight you were supposed to lose. Because
I was gonna comment because you weren't causing any damage for a minute.
Yeah.
We were busy talking about contact. I couldn't stop.
Oh my God. Contact. It's good. Children of God, so good. Or City of God, so good.
Right. Yeah, I remember a fair amount about that movie, and I only saw it that one time, like 15 years ago.
Oh man. Yeah, and it's
probably a pretty good movie, right?
It's kind of an intense movie.
It is.
Like, there's some graphicness to it where you're like, thanks.
Mm-hmm. There's not a whole lot of movies that I ever really liked a lot like that.
So this is kind of weird, and there is a set of movies that's I think it's only a trilogy at this point. I don't know if they have 4, but they come out with like a new one every 10 years.
Every 10 years?
So far, it seems like it. So it's like before sunrise, before sunset, before whatever it was, midnight or something like that. There's like 3 of them. And it basically follows the story of this guy, how he like meets this woman, they kind of fall in love, and then there's like another movie where they're already married, and like they're dynamic, and basically kind of like maybe like a couple months or couple days in the life of X them. Third movie comes around, like 10 years has passed, they've already been married, and they have like 2 kids. So it's super good to watch because it's kind of to me it seems like it's representative of kind of how life works.
Is it the same actors the whole time?
Yep, same actors.
Oh, wow.
It's super good. It's
That's fairly interesting. I didn't know that had been done.
It's hard to say that like other people would like it. Honestly, I think most people would find it like just terribly boring because it's like unless you literally just want to watch what probably happens to a lot of people in their lives.
I don't see why anyone wouldn't want to see something like that at least once.
Because the first episode is
a learning opportunity,
super random. They're or not first episode, first movie. For some reason, I want to say Budapest, but they're in Prague. So either he's from Prague or he just happens to be there. But like him and that woman.
Where is Prague? Is it like near France? It's in Europe, right?
Mm-hmm. Not near France. Well.
Oh, okay.
But they randomly meet there, and that's how kind of the entire set of movies spawns.
Mm-hmm. How old are they in the first movie? Like teenagers?
It's like late teens. Like he's like 18 maybe, or maybe 19, 20.
Fair enough.
And then each movie basically is like 10 years later. So by the third one, they have like 2 kids, and he's already like a well-established writer, and he's visiting some of his like other writer buddies in, I want to say Italy, possibly. It's been a minute since I've watched them. But their marriage is kind of like on the rocks. They're sort of having issues. So it's honestly like describing it. It's nothing that's like, yeah, I want to watch that. That sounds amazing,
life, dude.
But it's basically it's life. So I really like those movies.
It's the same actors. Is it anywhere near reality for them, or is it just they agreed to do this every 10 years?
Oh, that I have no idea. Like I've never looked up what they think of these movies or anything pertaining to that.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know. Oh, I just got stabbed.
I don't know. Give it like a quick Google. See what comes up with that.
What is it called?
Just Google like Before Midnight.
Before Midnight.
And like Ethan Hawke or whatever.
Ethan Hawke's in it?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I didn't know that. He is usually a pretty good actor, in my opinion. Well, he's always a good actor, in my opinion, but sometimes he does silly movies.
Yeah.
Eric, get out of here. Romantic drama. Oh, Linklater. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Before Sunrise, and then Before Sunset, and then Before Midnight.
Yep. And I think there hasn't been like a fourth one.
I assume that, I mean, if it's got these like super big names attached to it, that it's not their actual lives.
Oh, I mean, it's not real. It's a movie.
Yeah, that's what I was asking if it was like, you know, maybe it was a dramatic recap of their, or not recap, but like, I don't know, it's somewhere based in reality if it's going to use the same actors over and over.
No, but it's cool that, I don't know, I guess it was effectively 20, 30 years now, right? Like, I feel like one comes out every 10 years.
Let's see.
Oh, interesting, Nino.
Oh, what? Since when?
Apparently since now.
I don't think that they've even ever really talked to each other.
This is what you would call poor writing.
Poor writing.
I had no idea from the previous dialogue.
Right? Okay, so it's not literally every 10 years, but so...
Wait, how close is it?
It's 95 was before sunrise, before sunset was 2004, and then before midnight was 2013.
Okay, so they're like trimming it down.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's been like a solid 7 years since anything.
That's still it's pretty cool. Like I kind of like that idea.
I feel like I don't know if there's any plans for like another one, but I mean they all end like how they end, where it can easily just be the end of the movie. You're like, okay, that's it, done.
Yeah, unless someone's dead, like there's more life left, so
like,
there's more opportunity to make a movie.
The premise of the first one is like I think the girl has to go back to France, or like she's late for like a train, or she misses a train to Paris, and they have or maybe he's American and he's also in Prague. I think that's the case. So like they both happen to be in Prague for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And they have kind of like 24 hours or 12 hours till like their departing flights and or trains go. So he's like, hey, want to hang out for 12 hours and do shit in Prague. Like that's basically the first movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then like they do stuff and they're like, okay, time to go. And then 10 years passes, and like the next movie I think he's in Paris like doing a book signing. So you're like, oh, okay, he wanted to be an author 10 years later, like now he's at least some kind of recognized author doing some sort of book tour.
While being married to her.
No, they're not even married. Like they
no, they're not.
Like they had that one day-ish situation in Prague, and then it sounds like they never talked afterwards, or maybe very little. But he ends up being in Paris, and she like either runs into him or looks him up, or vice versa.
I see. Because he's famous and stuff.
I think he's like borderline famous. Like, people would have
enough
sort
for her
of
to want to
probably
look him up. Fair enough. That's sounds like life.
It basically is. Like, how would you describe that movie? I was like sort of like what you would expect to happen in life, kind of. But yeah, I really like that series.
Then
there's also The Fall.
I don't know. I think I've heard of that, but
you
I don't know.
Like that one. That one's really good. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Go ahead and Google it and tell me what you see.
What do you see?
It has a very kind of unique cover.
Drama series?
No, it's a movie.
2006.
Sounds right. Just kind of have like a guy with a mask on it.
Yeah. I've never seen this shit. What the fuck is this?
Send a link in the chat if you can.
In 1950 Los Angeles, stuntman Roy Walker is hospitalized, bedridden, and possibly paralyzed after taking a jump in his first film.
That movie's fantastic. You should watch that.
Inpatient covering. Looks like a bunch of nonsense, but okay.
It might not make sense if you're looking at pictures.
I'm looking at synopsis.
That should make sense. Maybe. Possibly.
Well, actually, I was reading the plot on Wikipedia, so I didn't want to read too much of it. But, I mean, I like nonsense. It's okay.
So I think you should watch that. I'd definitely like to get your feel for it.
Okay.
I'm curious what you think.
Have to add it to the list.
And then I feel like other favorite movies are kind of like your typical run-of-the-mill favorite movies.
Terminator 2.
Oh, 100%.
Aliens.
T2. Aliens. I would take Aliens over Alien.
Yeah, I said Aliens. I know you like that one better, but
well, it's just
I like
because
Alien better.
There's more. They're fundamentally two different movies. Like
That's
Alien.
what you always say. There's more.
Because there is more. Alien is more of horror suspense, I guess.
It is more horror. It's like a slasher film.
Exactly. No, that's a perfect way of describing it. Like a slasher film.
In space.
And Aliens is just a action movie.
There's
with
some
horror elements,
yeah, there's a bit, but it's not. I mean, Jason X is an action movie with some horror elements, so it's like a fine line between like what is good and bad with that. But I like that movie though.
Wait, Jason X?
Yeah, we watched it the other day. Me and roommates.
Oh my god, I can't remember the last time I've seen it.
I hadn't seen it since I think I saw it in theaters. I think with you possibly, and then I rented it once, and then I hadn't seen it since like 2 weeks ago. Such a bad movie.
But yeah, Equilibrium, like you said, 100%. That movie's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Gattaca.
Oh, I don't think I never saw Gattaca.
Ooh, you have to watch it. It's good. It might be boring.
No.
So it's not like Equilibrium.
Circuitry's mad at me.
Gattaca is really good. I feel like the common person would potentially find it boring. I really like Gattaca.
I don't even know what it's about. I know I've heard it a bunch, heard the name, but Gattaca. 97. Oh, it was a great movie, film for. 97 was a great year for film. I got excited about that. another Ethan Hawke movie.
Basically, you can't go wrong with Ethan Hawke movies.
Dang. Uma Thurman, Alan Arkin.
Yeah.
I like those people.
It's a good movie.
Oh, eugenics.
Mm-hmm. What's that? Like watching movies about worlds I don't want to live in.
Did you see In Time?
In Time, no.
Oh, you would like that movie. Definitely you would. It's about a world that you would not want to live in.
Is it an intense movie? Do I want to watch this?
No, it's more of an action-y movie with like a really cool world built around it.
Oh.
So like, it's the future, the not too distant future, and they've figured out how to stop aging, and also everybody's life is dependent upon a time on their arm. Like it's a constant countdown timer, like lit up on your arm, like that counts like a digital clock down to 1, down to 0, and when that happens, you die.
Mm-hmm.
And so the entire economy is built around that. Like you can buy more time. You work for time. On your arm, and you can trade it between people by shaking their hand, like give or take. And so the working class people, they only have enough time to barely survive. everything costs time. Whatever you want to food you want to buy, rent, anything like that. Um, and the high class people, they've got centuries, and you can store it away in like little discs and stuff and use it later, or like keep it safe. Yeah. And so the main character like starts off in the slums and is trying to dismantle the system from the inside and all that kind of stuff, or from the top, that is.
Okay, I'm intrigued. I want to watch this.
Interestingly, the main character is Justin Timberlake, and he's a really good actor, apparently.
Interesting. So it's maybe the disc aspect of it and like living forever made me think of this. But have you seen Altered Carbon on Netflix?
Never heard of it.
You might like that. It's a little bit. I don't know. I feel like I get backlash for this, but it's a Blade Runner-y. Possibly. Like, at least to me, it feels like.
Cool. Well, everybody loves Blade Runner.
I don't know. If I had to describe it, that would fit. But yeah, check out Altered Carbon if you haven't seen it. So it's a Netflix series.
Into it. Cool.
Hey, Penguin Nerdy.
I have not seen the director's cut of Blade Runner. I've been interested in checking it out. In fact, I've been interested in watching it again anyway, because I haven't seen it in so long.
God, I can't remember the last time I saw Blade Runner.
Right, and like I've been wanting to watch the sequel, which apparently is pretty good. So
it is. You've never seen it?
No, I've never seen the sequel. And so like I feel like I should watch the first one before I watch the sequel, since it's been so long since I watched it. Yeah, I did hear that about the director's cut. That there was a different ending. Better not disappoint me though. I was not happy with the director's cut of Donnie Darko back in the day. Was not a better ending. Stupider. Predestination.
I
haven't heard of that.
Do tell.
Do tell. Oh, cool.
Interesting. Okay,
what was the last?
We're forming a pretty good list of movies to watch.
I think Interstellar was the last time travel movie that I watched, and it was cool, I guess, but it was fucking bonkers.
Bonkers. Yes, do tell. Quite good.
Better be some Earl Grey hot.
Earl Grey hot. I mean, as opposed to iced, I guess.
Ugh. Iced Earl Grey? God.
I don't know. Interstellar was not really a time travel movie. I mean, sort of.
It had it in it. I'm just trying to think of the last, movie that had time travel in it that I watched. That was sort of about it. It's more like about the fourth dimension, I guess. Something. It was about something.
I don't even know what I watched. So confused at the end, I didn't know what to do with myself.
But she says it's got Ethan Hawke in it, so there's another movie for you to love, hopefully.
Immediate. It wasn't even on purpose. It's just a bizarre pattern I've noticed. And I was like, hey, I like all these movies. And I was like, Jesus Christ, Ethan Hawke is in all of them.
Oh, I've seen Arrival. That movie is really good.
Arrival's good.
Yeah.
Wait, that doesn't have Ethan Hawke in it, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, thank God. Actually, what are some recent movies with Ethan Hawke? Might as well watch those.
So I'll look up his IMDb. Ethan Hawke. What a name.
It's not bad. It's almost as good as my name.
I wonder if it's a pseudonym.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Yep. Oh wait, no. No, I was wrong. I thought I saw his dad's name and I thought it said as
Eddie
James
Money?
Stephen Hawke.
Oh my God, Eddie Money's fantastic.
What? Oh,
Yes. Take me home tonight.
Yeah.
In all fairness, that's the only Eddie Money song I know.
What? You know, 2 Tickets to Paradise.
Oh yes.
Don't fucking lie to me.
That's right. Those are the only 2 songs I know.
What about she was shaking, snapping her fingers. No,
I don't think I know that one.
damn you. Well, that's a good one.
Okay, send it to me. Then I'll know 3 songs. Like on Spotify, every once in a while, like whatever "Take Me Home Tonight" is called. If it's called "Take Me Home Tonight," like
that's what it's called.
Yes. And I was like, yes, Eddie Money. People are like, what is wrong
I've been a
with
big
you?
fan of Eddie Money pretty much all my life.
Oh no. Is it that guy again?
It sounds like it. It's his music.
It's his music.
He's lurking.
He's somewhere here. What's this say?
There's shaking.
Oh god.
Oh, I should send it to you in I'll send it to you on Facebook so it doesn't get lost in the chat.
Yes. Oh god. Eddie Money is a national treasure.
Damn straight. Baby Hold On is...
Oh, I know that one.
It's a song I know, but like I never really liked it that much. So now you'll know 4 Eddie Money songs.
Excellent.
Your cup runneth over.
I'm sad. I'm your typical run-of-the-mill fan.
I had a best of...
So what was going on with Ethan Hawke?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he's currently filming a TV series called Moon Knight. He's Knives Out 2. I guess he was in the first one, I think.
Oh, yep.
The Northman, Tonight at Noon, the Black Phone, and The Guilty are all about to come out. Like 2 of them are in post-production. The next 3 are all done.
Hey, Dash Frame, what's going on?
Hey, what up?
We've been talking about movies.
You know it. Ethan Hawke, apparently. He's in something just came out called Zeros and Ones. Sounds like you might be interested.
It's presumptuous.
Hacker Man.
That makes me want to watch Hackers.
Oh my god, hell yes.
Yes!
Heck the planet. He did Waiting for Godot. I didn't know someone did that again. The good Lord
man.
Bird.
Lawnmower Man. That.
Hell yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I was just thinking about Lawnmower Man like yesterday.
So The Net was, what was it appearing on Netflix? It's like 99% chance you'll like this, and you're like,
I just saw that
you're
on
correct,
somebody else's Netflix.
I do like this.
But the thing is, like, I think that might be for almost anybody, because like I was watching somebody else's Netflix, and they don't really have your tastes. They like love to watch vampire stuff, you know, exclusively almost. And so like maybe they're just trying to push the net on everyone.
It's entirely possible. I did watch it because I watched the net just a couple months ago.
Oh really? Shit, I haven't seen that in years, but I do like it.
Mm-hmm.
Saw it in theaters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Lawnmower Man is horrible. Lawnmower Man is fantastic.
The Lawnmower Man is a definite, like, it was not trying to be a B movie. It was trying to be a movie, I guess.
Was it really?
I think
so. I don't think it's not B movie status because it doesn't know it's bad.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, it has Pierce Brosnan. It has that other dude. He was kind of a good actor. I can't remember his name. They had like cutting edge effects. They probably dumped a lot of money into the effects of this movie.
It was in the late 80s, or did it kind of creep into the 90s? Because there's like a handful of them. 90s. There's like 3 or 4, isn't there?
What? Oh yeah, there's
Lawnmower Men. Like it went on for a bit.
Wait, I don't remember that circuitry. Is that the first movie, or maybe one of the sequels? I don't remember his body being deflated when he goes into the cyberspace or whatever.
Well, so that's making me think of Poltergeist, but then the girl gets sucked into a TV.
Yeah, and her body isn't left behind.
No, it's not. I'm not aware of any sequels. Was it in the first? Like, honestly, it's been like a solid 2 decades since I've seen Lawnmower Man.
Yeah. I just remember that it had like very Stephen King feeling, like religious overtones with Joe being oppressed and all that by this like whatever priest dad. And then Pierce Brosnan comes along with his fucking his super VR setup or whatever, and starts training him.
PlayStation VR.
I mean, it looked pretty cool with that like thing that they could lay on that was like motion controlled.
Mm-hmm.
And then the attack monkey.
Oh yes.
The cyber monkey, whatever fucking the thing was about.
Cyber monkey.
So all those elements didn't add up to like the greatest thing. And then some of the kills were kind of silly because like I think there was like a gas station, like the hose just comes alive and strangles somebody.
Yes.
And it's like obviously just on strings.
So I do want to talk to someone that is a legitimate fan of that movie. And I want to understand.
I mean, I'd watch it again just to see how bad it was, because I remember watching it a good amount of times when I was a kid. Because
it wasn't Dash Frame. I think it was someone else was talking about this weapon for Ursula, the flamethrower.
Oh, yeah, somebody else was. I don't think we've seen him again, but you should probably get it.
Apparently, something was important about this.
It hits everybody just like that other gun. But probably better.
Damn, son, this stuff's expensive.
Okay, she sent me a clip of the Lawnmower Man here.
Oh god.
Such graphics.
What's the clip of, though?
Of the body deflation.
Oh.
He flattens out like Judge Doom in Roger Rabbit. Man! I want my MTV.
Some Max Headroom.
No, Max Headroom was fantastic. Be quiet. and then he's trying to he's stuck in that one spot where he's like trying to find the back door or whatever by going through all the IO addresses. Access denied, access denied, access denied.
I remember that.
He didn't say the magic word. Well, okay, so in my weak defense circuitry, this was really before I kind of knew anything about computers. I was just like, ooh, computers are cool. This is a movie that has to do with computers. And it's a horror movie, so I'm down.
Winner.
Oh, also, I don't think I saw Tron before I saw the Lawnmower Man.
Ooh, that's too far back. I don't know which one I saw first.
Oh shit! You're right, Dash Frame. We are at 50 followers. Cha-ching! Oh. I think I snagged a couple with my Quake playing.
Life expectancy. Excellent. We'll have to look into that. Now, if only people were interested in Breath of Fire 4.
Right.
Where you have animal-human hybrids.
Yeah, actual humans are the minority, apparently.
They are. Though these people might be actual humans.
I bet they've got cat ears under those hats.
Except, like, this guy's gigantic, so I don't know, it's big.
Suikoden? Or, oh, I'm sorry, not that, but that other one that I can't remember the name of.
Wait, Suikoden is kind of awesome. What about it?
Oh, Circuitry says that we better play that GameCube game that Dash Frame recommended. But it's not Suikoden.
Oh! Yeah.
Batten Katos. Yeah, that's the one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can do that. Though, we gotta stop playing this monstrosity.
How could we stop playing when we have spring snakes to deal with?
We can't just stop mid-game. We have to get to the end.
Oh.
How much further can it be?
Until blue balls. Can't do that.
What is this? Do we operate this thing? Oh. Get on that thing.
I still want to, like, it might not bring in much in the way of viewers, but I do want to get you to play a platformer or something like the old Nintendo ones that you haven't played, like we were talking before, like Batman.
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, because we were thinking that there's a whole lot of old school platformers and such, Nintendo or Sega Genesis that Ben hasn't played, that I played, that they're pretty damn hard, and Ben's a good fucking video game player. I want to see how well he does with these games that I know how to get through without minimal help if he needs it from me.
I suspect it'll be a disaster.
I think he'll be good. He'll be fine.
So I should actually probably put my NES back together.
Back together?
Well, it was dismantled to create a Nintoaster that I never created.
You mad scientist.
Maybe I might have actually put it back together when I was moving. Because I was like, this is too many pieces. Let's reassemble this.
I can either send you Batman or send you the SD, or what do you call it? Evercart. EverDrive, whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh, actually, let me find my Nintendo first. I think it's in a box in the closet. Make sure it's actually put back together.
Okay.
And then
if there's a problem there, I can send you a Nintendo. I have to.
Oh, actually. There's a problem. How much do those things go for?
You could buy a functional one for under $100.
Hmm.
Probably like $60. That's how much I bought mine for back when I bought it. I don't think that the price has moved around much.
Change the category to retro.
Oh yeah, I do that on mine. Do you not put that on this?
Well, the category is the game name, but there's a tag for retro.
Yeah, is that what you meant, Dash Frame?
I think the retro one is like it comes and goes. Sometimes we lose it. We don't put it back.
Oh, set the category to retro. Really? Is there? That's not just a game called Retro.
I feel like that's a game called Retro. Try it out. Do it.
Okay.
Nah, it's not.
Okay. Well.
We trust Murr.
Can you like do retro like dash or colon then the game?
I think as soon as they see retro, nobody cares what it is.
Right.
Wait, did we get it? We got it.
Oh yeah, I see. Okay, yeah. So you have the title of the game in the title of the video, and then category.
It's retro. Yeah.
Yeah. It does make sense. I mean, because like, why post that you're playing the game twice on the same information?
Touche.
Touche indeed. All right, retro, take her away.
There's like 25 people. Holy shit.
Yeah, like for instance, I'm playing Quake right now. That is a retro game, but it is a relevant game right now, so I should probably keep tagging it as Quake.
You could label Final Fantasy X as retro. It's pretty retro.
Yeah, I have been. But I mean, I haven't been putting it in the thing. I've been giving it the
all-encompassing category.
Retro, retro, retro.
Wait, how did that jackass die? Stop paying attention.
I think we've gotten maybe 2 or 3 random passing people that were like, hey, I came here specifically for Breath of Fire 4. I can't believe you guys are playing that, and then we don't see them again.
That's fair enough. I feel like that happens with quite a few of our games, because we usually play weird, obscure things.
Dash Frame stuck around, though.
He did. Won him over with Xenogears.
Yeah. You think so, Circuitry? It's not even a new remake. It's just like a DLC. Yeah, but it is like it did just hit. So like, and it's in like YouTube videos that are about people talking about the video game news and stuff. So I figure it's a little bit under the spotlight. Cha-ching! Dash Frame bringing in the views. Gotta love this drum and bass. Didn't know I could hear breakbeats on bongos.
Kind of awesome. Oh my god, I kind of hate that thing.
I don't think you can make your own tag circuitry, no. There's a set list of ones you can use. It's stupid. Have you heard of that, Ben? What Dash Ray was talking about? Trails in the Sky?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's an awesome series.
You got your finger on the JRPG pulse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
been meaning
We're
to
running
make
out
my
of
way through
time.
it. Is it,
You got a save file, or I mean, a save point within 10 minutes.
Probably.
Cool. Gotta keep us on track. Oh, it's like Randia, huh?
Mm-hmm. Right, just random
Yeah.
logs.
Unfortunately for people like you, circuitry, there's not a lot you can do about that. I don't think. It's like, yeah, no, like very few people are going to be streaming what you're streaming.
Oh, the
So
Apple
little
II
that they
stuff?
don't even want the Atari Apple II stuff. Yeah, there's no tags for that you can use.
Well, I mean, it's like ultimate retro. Like even having an Apple II, like the sheer fact that you have it, not to mention that it even works.
Well, I mean, people like her do exist. I met a lot of them while working at the arcade.
Mm-hmm.
But they do they are kind of few and far between.
Mm-hmm.
And that equipment back then was built to last. A lot of it does work. It's just old.
No, I think it's probably pretty rare finding someone that has it, and the likelihood that someone that has it now it still is going to work.
Mm-hmm.
But that aside, the fact that it still works, it's like, yeah, that's a testament.
Well, if you're the kind of person that would keep it in working order, then yes, it would probably be working.
I'm,
but like,
I'm wrong. Most of them work. So that's true. Like, I think if someone was to have it, it probably would work. Because the opposite is like, oh yeah, we trashed it 2 decades ago.
Mm-hmm. If you're the kind of person that would have an Apple II, which
like right now,
that is rare. That is rare. It would probably work or be in some state of being repaired.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not a lot of people out there that have them. Circuitry just knows a lot of those people. Feels like that to her, probably.
There's like 10, and she knows 9 of them.
Like all the people in my life have them. What the fuck? But yes, it's not hard to find people that own them. You just got to go to the right part of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You can even find them on Facebook if you want.
Alrighty.
So you're not going to be around this weekend, right?
No, this weekend I'm in LA.
Are you going to be there the entire week?
Mm-mm.
Like, are you going to be able to stream on Tuesday?
On Tuesday I can. Yeah, just
Okay.
Friday to Sunday.
So we'll be back on Tuesday by the same time, but I'll be back on this weekend doing some more Quake.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Take it easy.
See you all later.